There he is. Yes, sir. Yep. Oh, trout. Trout. Because he just popped my lure straight up in the air. Oh, there he's behind it again. That's a redfish. Seen his body. He's right behind it. Come on. Got it that time. Yes, yes, sir. Yep. Oh, he come off.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
Dang. He hit it hard, didn't he?
He did.
You did it again?
Yep.
Did him this time?
I got something.
You think you're going back for it?
I don't know if it was the same one. I hate it when they storm you.
That's a good, isn't it?
Yeah. I think there's just a whole school of them over there.
I'd say Salt Strong is right as far as where to go, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, trout. Trout. Because he just popped my lure straight up in the air. Oh, there he's behind it again. That's a redfish. Seen his body. He's right behind it. Come on. Got it that time. It's a trout. Big trout too. Nah, I get him. He's a keeper, but I think I'll sling him. Here we go.
Yeah, how big was he?
It's probably about 16. 16.
I'll get the net.
Yep.
Just wear him down. He's too green to even think about bringing in here. That's another one we got on poppercork, right?
Yep.
If he decides to mess us all up.
There's the red. He's not that huge, but he sure did look big.
He's probably what, 24, 25?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Nice.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Better than keeping the little ones. Why? Never throw him back.
Just bit my finger. He's 24 and 3/4.
That's a pretty good guess.
Hey guys, so I'm in my new area we never fished before, found it on Google Maps and just went. Now there's a lot of fish that we caught that we didn't show. You saw a couple of them on camera, but let me kind of cover with you what we were using today. So first of all, you're gonna see this a lot in the video and you're gonna see me use this lure a lot. So this is a Rapala skitterwalk. And there's a lot of different colors of Rapala skitterwalks that you can use. Gold and black for the West Coast is a pretty, I think, standard color. You could also do gold, or I mean, you could do silver with a black back, but gold and black is nice. This is the SW11, and it has a a really nice knocking noise, and that's why I like it. I've got this on a 40-pound leader with an FG knot there at the end. Now you might go, 40 pounds, is that necessary? No, not usually. For trout and redfish, it's not. But where we were fishing, there's a good chance of catching a big snook. We didn't catch any snook today, but the thing about catching big snook, or really any snook for that matter, their mouths are very, very, very rough. And if you don't use 30 or 40-pound leader, you're really playing Russian roulette, especially if it's big snook. By the way, I don't know if you can see that, pretty cool. See the bite mark on that thing? I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but that all my top waters have bite marks because that's typically where the fish is going to hit it at, right there where the internal organs of the bait fish would be. That's where a lot of times they'll strike it at, which is pretty neat. Now the setup I'm using, this is a 7-foot medium action rod. It does have quite a bit of backbone on a 4,000 size reel. I like to pair a medium action rod with a 4,000 or a 3,000 size reel. Now, 20-pound braid. You might be saying, is that normal? Is that kind of heavy? That's a little heavy. This setup right here is a little bit heavier than what I would typically use for trout and redfish. But again, a lot of times if I'm snargeting snig book, if I'm targeting big snook, then I like to have a combo like this that I can put a little more pressure on them and end the fight a little quicker. Because if you're catching big snook, you really don't want to just wear them out to the point of death because they will die. So if I know I've got a chance of catching big snook, I do typically try to go a little bit heavier so that I can, get the fight done pretty quicker than normal. Just using the Topwater, just doing a walk the dog action, and as you'll see in the video, usually I'll like to stop. I'll walk the dog for a little bit, then I'll let it pause, and then I'll go again, and a lot of times I'll get a hit on the pause, which you may notice if you watch my videos. So the second lure that we used a lot of lures today, and we caught fish on a lot of different types of lures, but that was one of the main ones I used. I love using Topwater. This time of year, it's not the best. So when it's really cold or it's really hot, Topwater is not the best. You can still use it, it's just not the best. What I find in Florida, especially where we fish, the transitions between cold and hot weather is when it's the best. So spring and fall is when topwater fishing is going to be the best. But it's just, man, I just love it. I love topwater fishing, so I'll do it if I can. The other thing we use a lot, which you didn't see a whole lot of it on the video because I really don't like using this, is a poppercork, a Cajun Thunder, plastic beads on top, brass beads on the bottom. Nice popping noise you can make, just combined with a jig head. And we were just putting a 3-inch Berkeley gulp shrimp on the bottom of that. So this is called, captains call this the idiot rig. I like to call it the noob rig because it's just a brainless way of fishing. But sometimes it's the only thing you can do to catch fish. So I'm not knocking it. I mean, no pun intended. But I do use this from time to time. And we did use this today. And I caught, as you'll see in the video, a nice 24, 25-inch redfish on this. And you see here, this one has about a 2.5 to 3 foot leader on it. It just depends on the depth that you're fishing. If I'm fishing 3 or 4 feet of water, then I do like to have a 2.5 to 3 foot leader. Or if I'm fishing 2 foot of water, then you're only going to have a foot long leader. I kind of like to keep that bait a good 6 inches or a foot off the bottom so you can adjust it accordingly. Little trick, by the way, if you buy you a snap swivel, or if you're proficient at tying a loop, have you a couple different length leaders that you can either clip on or off the bottom of this or loop on or off, so you're not having to cut and retie it every time you're changing water depth, okay? So that was our technique today, fishing a new spot, caught some fish, had a good time, and hope you guys learned something and go out there and catch something yourself.